Well, a very warm welcome, everybody. It is round one of Season 9 of Adrenaline GT's GT7 GT3 Championship in our Premier Category Division 1. It is a pleasure to bring you all the action here from Grand Valley Highway, a circuit we don't see too often on a Gran Turismo esports calendar, but makes its appearance today for, I think, one of the first times in AGT history. My name, of course, is Isaac Fogarty. It's a pleasure to have your company tonight. We are bringing back these broadcasts for Season 9, Division 1 only, but guarantee you, folks, it will be very, very action-packed. We have 21 laps ahead of us this evening, a 5.09 kilometre circuit with 18 corners, the longest straight of which being the front straight, almost a kilometre, about 5 metres short of being an entire kilometre, 107 kilometres ahead of our drivers this evening, and a mandatory medium tyre awaiting them. So it's going to provide a little bit of a challenge for our drivers this evening. Looking forward to seeing how they can tackle that. Division 1 qualifying. What does the qualifying results look like for our drivers this evening? It is Lemon87 on his AGT debut, lining up on pole from our reigning champion, Caleb Birtles, in position number 2. Then it's Prying Stingray and Sharky in P4. Art DJ down in 5th. Justin Ladaway on his return to the category. More on that later. In 6th. Jan Muller in 7th. And then it's K-Dot in 8th. Pakitas, 9th. Ali B on their debut as well in 10th. BBL Gazoo, Matt McCallum. Then it's Zane Wheeler and Nick Dalton rounding out the back of the grid. Nick Dalton not setting a time in qualifying today. That is how the grid looks for that one today. Just myself in the booth this evening to keep you company. Looking forward to it all, of course. We're not too far away from getting this one started. It's going to be pretty action-packed. Look forward to bringing you all that action. We're going to go over now to the start of this one. There is our pole sitter, Lemon87, on debut here this evening. The lights are out and we are away for Season 9. And the PHE Audi gets off to a strong start straight away. Caleb Birtles in that Race Asylum Ford GT. And that's a car you don't see too much either. But it's a great start for all of our drivers. Everyone battling for position early here. We've got a couple people side by side. That's that's Justin Ladaway and Muller going side by side. Muller in the Audi for Defy Motorsports this season. Couple battling for position in the background as well. Pakitas, a little bit of dust kicked up from K-Dot in front. K-Dot choosing the Beetle this season. Last time we saw a Beetle in one of these series, I believe, was Birdie Beetle in the form of Fat Ferbs, Adam Joy, all the way back in Season 2. So it's been a while since we've seen that car running around out on the circuit. It's great to see it back out there once again, but it's a great start for all of our drivers. Everyone pretty cleanly off the line. Nick Dalton trying to find a way past Zane Wheeler here at the back of the field. Obviously, Nick Dalton not the qualifying he would have wanted. 14 cars in this one. We have limited the teams that we have this season to just 7 teams, which leaves 2 spots for a privateer entry each week. The departure of a couple of teams, one of those being Hoon Corp Esports at the back end of last season, at the end of Season 8. Lemon87 leads the way, though, from Caleb Birtles. It's a great start at the front of this field. It's getting dark out there, folks. We are racing into the night here. It's twilight. The light settings that we have, or the time of day we've gone for here at the Grand Valley Highway, so the lights of the tunnels and the headlights of the cars will certainly take a hold as we get later on into this race. 21 laps ahead of our drivers this evening, as we said, and it's about a minute 30 lap time for our drivers. So, minute 55. There we go. So that's sort of the benchmark set. That's the opening lap. We weren't at full speed straight away. Obviously, the pole time was, if I get that up for you right now, I didn't write that in my notes, actually. I probably should have written that in my notes, but nevertheless, the pole time was a 1:46.6. So it is fairly competitive. It's a longish lap around here. Expect about 30 to 40, or 35 to 40 minutes of racing here this evening, depending on how we go. It looks like not a great exit from Caleb Birtles there. He's going to be coming under pressure straight away from Pyang Stingray, who's in the brand new Ferrari, the 296 Ferrari. You've got Sharky in the background in the Evo. So the race is silent, boys, in the Lancer and in the Ford GT, going for the unconventional cars this season. It's some odd choices, but I certainly love to see it. We love to see some variety out there from the norm. It's great to see a couple new cars getting out and about in this one. I'm an 87 though, looking fairly comfortable at the start of this race. Now, I went back through all the notes I could find, and from what I understand, this is his AGT debut, and what a way to do it. Qualify on pole. That is a great statement is the word I'm looking for to make at the start of your AGT career. And into Season 9 he goes with an absolute bang. He is in command of this field at the moment. Further down the field, we've got a couple other battles happening. Jan Muller, I believe it's Jan. If it's not, I apologise. But Muller trying to defend from Justin Ladaway. He's actually pulled away. He's actually pulled away a little bit. And now Justin's finding himself under pressure from Paquitas. So we've got a little train here of cars. It is Justin, then Paquitas, Ali B, and K-Dot, all a part of this group. And in the background, Matt McCallum and BBL Gazoo also doing battle. We've got a car in the pit lane. That is Dalton. He has been in there for quite some time, not looking like he's going to be interested in moving anytime soon. So I believe, unfortunately, for Osnico, he is out of this race. Oh, on the grass there. Very, very wide for BBL Gazoo. And he gets it caught up down. Heavy brakes on the inside. Takes out a little styrofoam bollard for his troubles and will drop right to the back of this pack. That was a very, very heavy braking moment for the Season 8 Division 2 champion. He really dominated the Division 2 scene last season. 5 wins, 2 second places, and finished, get this kids, 67 points clear of his nearest championship rival. That is, actually I think it was, I believe it was actually 57. 57 points clear of his nearest championship rival. So that is a wonderful result for him. He now falls down behind K-Dot. So K-Dot is dropping back into effective last place now with Nick Dalton sitting in the pit lane. And yeah, this man, look, it was a given that he was going to move up to Division 1 this season. Hopefully he can continue that awesome run of form we saw him have at the back end of, or throughout really, Season 8 in Division 2. He can bring that up and challenge these guys in Division 1. I'm sure he will in no time. This is Ali B, I believe, driving as a privateer this season. No affiliated team for them. Justin Ladaway for CP Motorsports. So back in CP colours, Justin Ladaway. He's the Season 2 champion. He's the series admin. He's been in charge around here since the dawn of time. But we haven't seen him on track for the last 2 seasons. This is his first full-time run since Season 6. Season 7 and 8, he stepped away to focus on running the category. And now he's jumped back in the seat of a car and immediately is trying to put that pace, shake off the dust off the cobwebs, if you will, and put some pace down on this track. Really just start to make a statement, because he has been out of the car for a while. But it's great to see him back behind the wheel once again and doing what he does best, which is driving a car. And we thank him for all the efforts he puts into making this league run as well. Himself, K-Dot, KPL Baseman also came on board this season as an admin. It is great to see them getting involved, making sure this league runs as smoothly as it does. We've had a change of lead at the front, and there is Caleb Birtles up into position number 1. So your reigning champion is now at the front of this field. He's a 2-time champion. He won in Season 5, and he also won last season. He's a reigning champion. That's why he's got the number 1 on the door. 5 wins last season. No other podiums, so only the 5 wins from the 8 rounds, but that's pretty good for anyone, really. And Caleb Birtles was absolutely a dominant force in the season. Oh, we've got a car around. That's Lemons facing the wrong way. He got squirrely on the exit. And now as a result, he gets the car flicked back around again. He'll roll. But he got the car facing the wrong way on the exit. He was in the dust and unfortunately now spins that car and has lost a handful of places. Drops back to 9th place now. That is super disappointing for our pole sitter. He'll be very frustrated with that, I can imagine. Plenty of time to bounce back in this race, though. The medium tyre, as we said, the mandatory tyre for today's race. Hale Birtles gets a bit of a free kick now. He's got a bit of breathing room back to Prying Stingray here. Another two-time champion. He won Season 3 and Season 7. He finished 3rd in Season 8 with 1 win. No podiums for himself, but was consistent enough to finish 3rd step on the overall standings. Not only the 1 win to his name, another 2-time champion in this category is this man, Distinct Sharky, or formerly known as ERA Candyman. He finished with sorry, I'm getting my notes confused. He finished 2nd last season, and with 1 win and 6 podiums. He's a very strong contender, as always, Sharky, or Zach Fish, as he is also known as. That's why the Sharky, but he absolutely is a force to be reckoned with, and if he can get if he can keep his teammate, his Race Asylum teammate in view, he could be a contender for this championship as well. I think this is going to be a very, very hotly contested season. We've got a few big names up in the front end of this field, and it's certainly going to be a very, very exciting season. We're hoping to bring you the entire season's coverage for Division 1 for the next 8 weeks. Just keep an eye on that. We'll talk about this man as well. DJ, 3rd full season here at AGT. Finished 3rd in Season 7, 4th in Season 8 with only the 1 3rd place. So the 1 podium for himself last season. He'll be hoping to turn his fortunes around. And do love Darren McSweeney here in the AGT commentary box. Oh, very wide there at Turn 1. Which I think is Turn 1, depending on who you ask. Sometimes the kink to the left at the end of the straight is counted as Turn 1, but on my track map, that's Turn 1. The hairpin got very, very wide. But it's great to see him back in the car once again, in an Audi for PHE Sports this season. And everyone's starting to spread out a little bit now. I think we've got a couple cars putting pressure on. Lemon is coming under pressure from Ali B. Then again, not really. I think that was actually a change of position. So Lemon getting past Ali B. Ali B's gone a little bit wide there. I saw maybe some lag going on for the 110 car. And Matt McCallum in 10th place will be hoping that they can close in soon enough. Zane Wheeler sitting in 12th place. Got K-Dot right in behind him. BBL Gazoo has a fair way to go. He wants to catch up to Matt McCallum in front, so a big ask. This is a very tough technical circuit, very challenging, a lot of turning time. Keeps you busy, that's for sure. Fast flowing corners. There's a lot to think about when you are behind the wheel of a car around Grand Valley Highway. It's a difficult circuit for overtaking, that's for sure. And I think a few drivers have made that known throughout the evening. It is super difficult for overtaking. It's a great time trial circuit, but difficult for racing. And that is proving the case this evening with a little bit of a processional affair, unless you're really making a mistake. This is Lemons really on the back now of Paquita. So it's Audi versus Audi. PHE versus FR Racing. He pulls to the inside, which will become the outside when we get to the hairpin. Is this going to be a positional gain? I think it is. Paquita wants to come back at him though up the inside. Look at the brakes glowing red hot as they slam through the corner, down the gears, get it stopped, and now down the back slalom section, as I call it. It's not really straight, it's just a slalom section. You've got to get this right. Oh, squeeze there, Paquitas, and he'll hold on. Will Lemon 87 and made him work for that overtake, did Paquitas. That's his sights on Justin Ladaway in front now, who's driving that brand new 992 Porsche, the first rear-engine, rear-wheel drive car in this game. Justin, who was a big fan of the Porsches in the previous seasons, has taken the opportunity to drive the new one this season, and all over the back now of him is Lemon 87, the pole sitter. So he's trying to make up for lost time. Desperately wants that place back. Looks up the inside, trying to create an opportunity here, but nothing doing on that occasion. We go on board now with the Audi driver. There's our slowdown zone. Drivers will have to burn the penalty as far to the right as possible. Has a little bit of a think. Shows the nose, lets him know he's there. We'll sit in behind for now. He's going to give him a lot better drive off the corner on those medium tyres. Everyone on the mediums here to start with, using that mandatory tyre early. I think, I don't know if the soft tyre will be viable here. We're 7 laps into the race and we've used a fair chunk of our medium tyre. So depending on how well you're looking after these tyres, which for a lot of drivers, they're just pushing like crazy right now. The soft tyre may not be the ideal second set to go for. You could go for a medium run here. Potentially even a medium hard. The whole idea of this season is higher tyre wear creates bigger headaches. Up the inside now, deep on the brakes for Lemon 87, gets it stopped. And that is a position gained on Justin Ladaway. A lovely overtake for the PH Esports driver. Moves up into 6th place, so charging back through this field now. Trying to do something to gain spots. But yes, the focus of this season, higher tyre wear, a bigger ask on drivers in terms of tyre management and fuel management. That is certainly going to provide a challenge as we get onto this season. Caleb Birtles disappeared into the distance. So far ahead already of Tri Stingray. Not really much that can be done here. Except just do what you can, chase him down. But it's going to be proved difficult. We've got cars battling away. This is Justin Ladaway and Pakitis who now resume their battle with the departure of Lemon 87, who's overtaken and moved through both of them. Lemon now sets after Muller in front of him, so the Defy Motorsports driver is being hunted down in his Audi. Those Defy Motorsports liveries, don't they look great? This season they seconded the services of a wonderful Spanish livery maker for Gran Turismo. And they did a great job. He did a great job in making these cars look absolutely spectacular. And it's super difficult because you've got so many cars in Gran Turismo and everyone wants to drive something different. So trying to make something look uniform across multiple cars is very difficult. But he has made that look absolutely spectacular. And if I find Zane Wheeler, who's in the Porsche. The Porsche was the first one that I saw earlier on prior to Season 9. And it looks spectacular, but they look so similar as well. They've done a great job of making them look as similar as possible. Wheeler right in under the rear wing of K-Dot. Will he go for an overtake at turn 1? No, not on this occasion. He did have a little bit of think about it. He's got the better drive off the corner. A little bit of rubbing there front to rear. Not able to make that stick though. And we'll just have to settle in as they go through the slalom. This is super difficult. Dirty air. Trying to stick in behind. Heavy under brakes now. Gets that stop. Don't these cars look great in this dark setting? I guarantee, folks, I'm looking at my screen, my television that I watch the broadcast through, and then I'm looking at my recording, the laptop screen. I guarantee you it looks so much better on the on the recording that you guys are watching than it does on my screen. The colours on these cars just look absolutely spectacular. And I hope you are loving this broadcast at home. Let us know in the comments, what are you thinking so far? Who are you throwing your support behind for this one? Who are you hoping comes away with the victory? Who are you keeping an eye out for this season? It's certainly going to be a super competitive season, that's for sure. Absolutely. No doubt there. Through the tunnel for BVL Gazoo. We are on lap 9 of 21, so approaching the halfway mark now. As our race leader does start lap 10. So we're getting close to the halfway mark. There's still pit stops to play out. How long will everyone elect to stay out here? How long can you make this set of medium tyres last? That is the question we are asking here at the moment. Let us know what you think. How long can a set of tyres last? This is side by side. Justin Ladaway trying to go around the outside of Lemon. So he caught back up. He was pulling away for a little bit, but he's fallen back into the clutches of the CP Motorsports driver, and now he is putting him under a lot of pressure running down the hill. But keep in mind, He's also got Pakitis right in behind him, so there's a little bit... Oh, deep dive up the inside. Thought about the move, pulled out of it last minute. Pakitis sent the nose, had a sniff, showed him that he was there, but backed out of it. That's actually opened the door a little bit for Lemon to get away here, because Justin's now looking more backwards than he is forward, so he's not focused on the car in front. He's more focused on that Audi behind him. And this is the difficult thing as a race car driver. The last thing you want to be doing is looking backwards and driving in your rear view mirror. You want to be looking forwards, attacking the car in front, or even just trying to do your own thing and not have to worry about what's happening behind you. But when you got a car as close as that and they're going for dive bombs and late moves, you need to be aware, you need to be looking backwards, and that can lead to mistakes. It can make it difficult. Justin, a very seasoned operator though, will not be thrown off by that too much at all. He has done this for a very, very long time across multiple disciplines. And he's very awake to some of the tactics that these drivers use. Here we go. This is Lemon 87 putting pressure on Muller now. So the tables have turned. Muller closed that gap back up. Looking fairly racy at the moment. Right in behind. And here we go. He's sniffing all over the back of him, trying to find a way past. He's desperate for some sort of advantage. The slipstream runs to the outside, which will turn to the inside for the hairpin at one. Heavy under brakes. The brakes will glow. You can see them there on both Audis, and that is a move done for Lemon up into 5th place. Had to work hard for that. Muller wasn't going to let him go without a fight. It's taken him a couple laps, but he has got there. That is a positional gain for the pole sitter. Moves further back towards the front of this field. And now can try and set after Darren McSweeney in front. DJ, sort of in his own little world at the moment, isn't he? A bit of no man's land for him. Just focusing on his own race. Focusing on pace and speed and looking after those tyres. Well, meanwhile, this mid-pack, it's all happening, isn't it? Wheeler falling off the back of K-Dot now. Zoo not able to make inroads on this little group in front. It is sort of just at a stalemate. This is the biggest battle group we're seeing on track at the moment. We'll check in with our leaders as well, but doesn't really seem to be too much happening out there at the moment. Caleb Birtles is driven off into the distance, and then next back is Prying Stingray, a fair way behind. And then it is Sharky right in behind the Ferrari of Prying Stingray. Searching for a little bit of room. Searching for a little bit of pace advantage here if he can find it. He'd love to try and get past. Get a 1-2 here for Race Asylum. That would be wonderful. Into the pits comes DJ. So the first of the pit stoppers is elected to come in. The question will be, what tyres does he go for? Another car, a bunch of cars actually in the lane. So Justin Ladaway in as well. Pakitis in. Ali B in. BBL Gazoo is elected to come in. A lot of drivers using more fuel than others. Fuel going in now for DJ. How much fuel does he need to get to the end of this race? Following the fuel now. 83 litres in. And he goes for, I believe this will be a set of medium tyres. Justin going to jump him here? It's going to be close between the two of them on exit. Oh, just in front is DJ. So Justin Ladaway. They're having that more fuel in the tank has paid dividends, and they both... Well, Justin's gone to the soft tyre here. DJ has found himself on the medium tyre, and they're going to be side by side on the exit of pits here. It's going to continue on. There's a little bit of rubbing between the two of them here as they run down the slalom on cold, fresh tyres. And DJ will come out on top for now, but I suspect those soft tyres of Justin Ladaway will come up the temperature a lot faster and will be a lot more dangerous. How quickly can DJ get these tyres up to temperature? Can he hold off the Porsche behind? Pakitis has also gone for a medium tyre here. So Justin Ladaway going to break the norms with a soft. Obviously thinks he can get to the end on a soft tyre here without needing to stop again. That's a big call. Caleb Birtles, our race leader, is in the lane. So he's elected to come in for his one and only stop of the race with no fuel left in that car, which explains why he's come in. Prying Stingray has stayed out. Sharky also in the lane. Lemon 87 into the lane and Muller in as well. Lemon 87 out of fuel. Could not get less fuel in that car if you tried. You're going into that Ford GT. How much will he need? Get home in this race. 72 litres is what he believes will be enough. Get to the finish line here. Sharky going for the undercut. So a soft tyre for Caleb Birtles. Also a soft tyre for Sharky. This is undercut territory. If I'm Prying Stingray, I do not want to stay out for too long because this is starting to get to the point where we could undercut here. DJ comes through. Effective third on the road based on correction of cars who have pitted. Prying Stingray, though, could look to change that. Justin Luttaway also could look to change that right in behind him at the moment. This is a nice little battle taking shape for fourth on the road. Well, it very well probably will be fourth following pit stops. And it's interesting to note the differing strategies here. A couple drivers going with that medium, but a lot of drivers actually elected to use that soft tyre. So maybe they know something we don't about how the soft holds up around here. Because it's a long way to go. We're only roughly halfway into this race. Just over halfway, really. 23 minutes gone. And there is a big ask from here of a soft tyre, I would imagine. Talk about... That's my train of thought there. Talk about this man in behind. Prying Stingray comes into the lane for his stop. But talk about this man behind. It is no secret that he is a very young man. And he has been in AGT for quite some time now. Races across both GT7 and the ACC divisions. He's never won a championship, but he has finished second. That was in Season 7 when his teammate Prying Stingray took out first. They finished 1-2 in that championship. 2 podium positions in Season 8 last season and finished 5th overall in the standings. Where will Prying Stingray come out? I think he's going to come out behind Sharky here. So Sharky will go through. That's a change in position. So Prying Stingray, the undercut has worked for Sharky and Race Asylum, and it becomes a 1-2 at the front of this field for RA. FR Racing needs to bounce back. Justin Luttaway going side by side with DJ here. The battle for 4th place is well and truly alive as those soft tyres start to kick in. They are up to temperature now. So would be the tyres of McSweeny. Oh, switch back in front of him. Heavy under braking. Can he come back at him? No, that was a very aggressive move from Justin to cut across the front of the Audi. And he's done a wonderful job. That is up into 4th on his return to the category. A little bit wide there, misses the first apex, but gets it turned in for the second phase of that corner. Now Justin Luttaway needs to try and build a bit of gap, bit of breathing room. Pakitis is coming up behind him. Soft tyres for Muller as well. So Muller could get something done here on these soft tyres. What can he do in this race? Can DJ come back at Justin Luttaway? Listen to that Porsche roar. That was nice and loud, wasn't it? Listen to the roar. Where is Justin Luttaway? Here he is on board. This is a wonderful sounding car. Oh, doesn't quite get it turned in there. That was actually a little bit messy in that phase of the corner. And those soft tyres are really starting to hurt now already. You can see the wear on them. We've only been out on the track for 2 laps and they're starting to wear, whereas the medium tyres for DJ holding up a lot nicer in that Audi. So there is a difference in terms of the tyre wear, and that's going to show as we get towards the end of this race. Lap 14 of 21. This is about to start lap 15. There's going to be 7 laps to go at the line as they start lap number 15. And 7 laps on those soft tyres is a long, long time. What will happen with these soft tyres as well? Can Sharky maintain? He's got a fair gap at the moment. He should maintain that gap. Pakitis right in behind. Oh, sorry, being chased by Muller at the moment. So there is pressure mounting for the FR Racing driver. And he'll be looking all sorts of backwards at the moment to try and gauge where that Audi is. The Defy Motorsports Audi. It's Audi versus Audi at Grand Valley 1. This is obviously the first race of our 8-race season. And what a place to kick it off. Our calendar for you folks this season. We will go racing next week at Daytona Road Course. So we're staying stateside for week number 2. Then it's Lago Maggiore, I believe is how it's pronounced. As it says my download is resumed. Thank you for letting me know. Lago Maggiore, that is round 3. That is going to be amazing. Then it's Le Mans for round number 4. We'll do the Le Mans, the very formidable circuit. Then it's Alsace Village in reverse. That's a very challenging track. Looking forward to seeing how our drivers get on there, especially with the being in reverse, the massive uphill section into through the first sector. Then it's Bathurst for round 6. And we'll go to the Nürburgring 24 hours. And I think a little birdie is telling me that could be wet there at the Nürburgring, which may be a massive challenge for our drivers. And then we finish the season at Interlagos in Brazil, which will be incredible. And we cannot wait for that. But for now, we still have to finish race 1 of the season. As we said, bringing you all Division 1 races this season. And half a second slowdown for Prying Stingray. That's not going to feel good at all. And yeah, it's great to see broadcast back. And 4 divisions this season for AGT. They have expanded with the growth of the Discord. They have created a 4th division, which is wonderful to see the Discord growing, the community growing so much. But it is impossible to be able to record a broadcast for every single division. So Division 1 is what we are committed to for this season. And yeah, it's going to be a great season of racing. We may throw a couple others smattered in here and there, but there's certainly no promises on that front. But Division 1 will be coming to you every week, because these races are not to be missed, and the caliber of drivers we have in this field certainly need to be showcased to all of you out there watching. And we know you love watching it back if you were in this race. We know other divisions love seeing what's happening in the higher divisions. And a little bit of overlap now for Muller. He's been working hard at the rear bumper of Paquitas for a number of laps now. Finally gets the overlap onto the bridge and gets that move done before they get down to the tunnel. So that is a very decisive move from the Defy Motorsports driver, and a lovely overtake. Just a little bit of knocking on the rear panel. Opened the nose, or got the nose up the inside, and was able to escort him just wide enough that he could get past. And now that is a positional gain for Defy, and he moves up into 6th place. Only be into 8th now. Lemon's 87 back down in 9th after those pit stops. So not the pit stop sequence he would have wanted. Struggling on those medium tyres. Matt McCallum is in 10th. BVL Gazoo in 11th. And it's AGT K-Dot with a half-second slowdown in 12th. Zay Wheeler in 13th in the Porsche. And then Nick Dalton still sitting in the pit lane after the start of this one. We are on lap 17 of 21. Getting towards the pointy end of this one now. Doesn't time fly when you are having fun, folks? There's been a fairly tame race in the grand scheme of Division 1. There's been a couple overtakes, but again, it's a very difficult circuit to overtake around here. You have to work hard at it. We saw Muller had to work hard at it. Lemon had to work hard at it earlier. Justin had to work hard at that overtake that he got on DJ, and it seems that DJ hasn't really dropped him here. This is actually an interesting call. We're going to follow this. We're going to try and follow this to the end, because it's getting close between these two once again. Justin had pulled away, but he's closed that gap in. Caleb Birtles leads the way in this race from Sharky, from Prying Stingray in 3rd. So there are 3 double champs, our 3 two-time champions, sitting 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at the moment. And our reigning champion leads the way with the number 1 on the side of that Ford Mustang GT. Let's have a look at this car. Just listen to how good it sounds, folks. It sounds spectacular. It sounds angry. It sounds mean. And I cannot wait to see this thing at every race this season. Daytona Road Course, I know. The only other time I've seen a Ford GT get a victory was at Daytona Road Course back in Season 1. That was Josh Green, CP Greeny, that made that got that race victory. So could we see next week Caleb Birtles, he's obviously always up at the point end of this field, but could we see him continue to dominate in a car that potentially quite likes the Daytona Road Course? We will have to wait and see when we get to next week. But for now, we have 4 laps remaining, 3 laps at the line. The 3.5 laps in this race. ART DJ has that car on the slide. Coming down to the middle sector. He is pushing the absolute limits of this Audi at the moment, trying to keep up with Justin in front. He wants this position before the race is over. We are not far away getting a result in this one. Lemon's up to 8th place. So found his way past Ali B. Now chasing after Pakitas. Can he get Pakitas before the end of this race? There's not a lot of time left for something to happen here, but it very well could happen. Pakitas in front in the Audi. A couple of Audis. So the Audi's popular this season. See if I can do a quick count for you folks on how many Audis we do have out there. 1, 2, 7. We have 7 Audis out there this season. That's a lot of Audis on the circuit. It seems to be a popular choice of car, but it's nice to see a little bit of variety out there as well. Obviously, we have the Porsche, the new Porsche, the Audi. There's another Audi, and K-Dot in the Beetle, and I think this is going to be a favourite of mine all season. Loving seeing the Beetle out on track. It's not a conventional choice. Again, last person we saw drive the Beetle, I believe, and I'm happy to be corrected if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Fat Ferbs all the way back at the beginning of AGT. Drove the Mustang Season 1, took the Beetle up Season 2 for the Birdie Beetle, and now in the hands of AGT K-Dot, they've pulled the Beetle out, dusted off the cobwebs, and put him in control. The Lancer as well, not a typical choice. Man, it sounds good, doesn't it? And then it's the Ford GT. It's brilliant. It is brilliant, that car. Justin Ladaway in the Porsche, the new Porsche. Still coming under pressure here from DJ. So, battle is continuing on. Wooler with a half-second slowdown. That's going to take him out of that. Now, look, Lemon all over the back of Pakitas now. So, this is close for 7th place. We've got 2 close battles at the end of this race for position. They're both on medium tyres here, so there's no tyre advantage for either driver. Look at the front end of that car. Slightly loose. Squirrely coming onto the bridge. Had to have a second go at it to get the car turned. He's just done his fastest lap of the race on the previous lap, a 47.8 for Lemon in the 48s for Pakitas. Has a think about, shows the nose. Coming up towards the final sector now. That's a tricky spot to get an overtake done, that's for sure. Across the second bridge. Towards the tunnel, the final tunnel. This will start lap 20, so 2 to go at the line. Caleb Birtles well into his penultimate lap. They cross the line. Now, start lap 20 of 21. No move yet from DJ. Oh, no, he's gone up the inside of Justin Ladaway, so he's got it done. That is a spot gain for McSweeney. Up into P number 4 now. Can he stay there, though? Justin Ladaway is going to make an issue of this. He will try and make a point, if he can, to throw it back down the inside at the bottom of the hill here. But I don't think he's going to be close enough. He did think about it. Takes the wider, higher line to give himself the better run off the exit, but not able to on that occasion. And Lemon battling with Pakitas. So here we go. This is the other battle for position. It's all happening at the same time, folks. Lemon had it up the inside. Pakitas hung around the outside, made the move stick to retain the position. And now Lemon has to try everything he can to come back at the FR Racing driver. But this is not the section you're really going to get anything sorted. Really, the first sector is the key spot to get an overtake done at this track. And so he's going to have to bide his time, stay close here to the rear, not do anything silly at the moment. Across the bridge, he could get a good run off here and overtake down into the tunnel, but I don't think he's close enough on this occasion. He's trying to get in the slipstream, but when you're driving the same car, it's about as balanced a power as it can get. There's no difference between the two of them. He's just throwing that car across the curbs, doing everything he can to try and stay with Pakitas here to get that position. Oh, there's a little bit of sideways action there from the two of them. That might have also been lag. Nicely out of the final corner, around the tunnel, onto the front straight. He's under the rear wing now and pulls to the outside. So he's going to go to the outside the long way around for turn one. Can he make a stick before he gets there? They enter the final lap. Pakitas thinks about sticking those back up the inside. He's gone wide, has Lemon. So he's opened the door. He had the move done, but ran wide with the speed he carried into one, and that invited Pakitas back up the inside. They're going to go side by side through the slalom down towards the hairpin. This is not a place you want to go side by side, folks. Can he get this move done? They're side by side into the hairpin. A half-second slowdown for Lemon as a result of a cutting the corner and going off track. So this could open the door. Where is our race leader? All the way up here. We'll check back in with him soon. I'll make sure that wasn't him coming towards the line. So half-second slowdown for Lemon. This is not going to be ideal at all to hold on to this P7. He is closing in on that penalty line. It's at the start of the bridge. Keeping one eye on our race leader as well, folks. Don't worry, we will not miss him crossing the line. Being told that my WWE is updated. Excellent. I can play that after this. And he will lose that position to Pakitas. But coming down towards the finish line, it is Caleb Birtles that will open his Season 9 account as defending champion with a victory here at Grand Valley Raceway. Sharky comes across the line defending and holding off Project Stingray for a 1-2 for Race Asylum. Stingray finishes in third. DJ finishes fourth. Where is Lemon and Pakitas? What's going to happen here? It is a 1-second penalty for Pakitas. He lets Lemon go, so Lemon is gone. Pakitas is backed right out of it. He is not happy at all. Is he out of fuel? He's out of fuel! Pakitas has run out of fuel at the line. He's going to have to roll to the start-finish line with that half-second penalty. That is huge. He will drop down to 11th place at the line. Sorry if my voice is breaking there, but wow. He cut it close on the fuel and unfortunately finishes with nothing left in the tank and has to roll the car across the line. Zane Wheeler slides it out of the chicane, and he will be the final car across the line in this race in P13. What a finish to that race. What a dramatic finish for Pakitas especially. Let's go through those results, folks. So Caleb Birtles finishes P1, 8 seconds clear of his teammate Sharky in position number 2. Then it's Prying Stingray in third. And it is a 1-2 for ERA, but Prying Stingray will be happy to get on the podium today. It's Art DJ in fourth. That nice battle, that beautiful battle with Justin Ladaway towards the end. He threw the car up the inside, got the move done. And Justin again made him work hard for it. It's super difficult to get those overtakes done around here. So beautiful to see those two battling as cleanly as they did. Love to see Justin Ladaway back out in the field as well. Getting amongst it for season number 9. Lemon 87 finishes. Muller finishes in P6. Lemon 87 comes back to finish 7th after that earlier spin and then an issue in the pit stop, which made he drop back down to 9th place. Matt McCallum finishes in 8th. Ali B in 9th. BVL Gazoo in 10th. And then Pakitas, after running out of fuel at the line, finishes in P11. AGT K. in 12th and Wheeler in 13th. Now, Nick Dalton, we're not quite sure what will come of that result. He sat in the pit lane for most of the race, so we'd imagine that will be a DNF, but it remains to be seen if that is actually classified as a DNF or not. I'm just checking if there are any stewards results from that. He was not. He was awarded points, so he did finish. He was classified as a finisher in that race in P14. What a result it was today for round 1 of this championship. And that's just round 1 of 8. We look forward next week to getting back on track at Daytona Road Course. That's set up to be an absolute cracker of an event. We'll get the details for you now. We're going 21 laps once again. It's at night though, so it's going to be in the dark. Looking forward to that. Twilight racing here at Grand Valley Highway was absolutely magical. and it's going to be even more magical when we do it under lights at Daytona Road Course next week. But for now, that is all we have time for. It has been wonderful to have your company, as always. Make sure you share this video around, share the stream around. And we've appreciated all of you getting in chat, saying g'day, sharing your thoughts throughout the race. And we look forward to seeing you back next week for round number 2. But for now, that is all we have time for. Of course, my name has been Isaac Fogarty. It's been a pleasure to have your company. Look after each other. Stay safe. We'll see you again very soon.